Hello, collective. This is Lavenderlightworker. I decided to film bulletproof boundaries because we're going into 2023 and today is December the 6th. And I wanted to share some bulletproof boundaries. There's a lot of them that if you're in a place where you're like, fuck all the bullshit, like all the things that I used to deal with, people from the past, you're just wanting a new start, which is what the New Year's about. Um, Here are a list of what you should look out moving forward, whether you meet someone new or just things about people you already know, whether it's family, friends, lovers, husbands, wives, girlfriends, sister, brothers, it doesn't matter. People in general. I'm going to give you some tips and signs that shows you that they have qualities that you should cut them off right away if you see these signs, okay? So, let's start. Bulletproof boundaries. First of all, you need to know what are your top 3 values in life? And what are you unwilling to compromise? So when you have a chance, write down your top 3 values in life. Is it family? Is it work? Is it travel? Just everyone has their own thing. What are your top 3 values? And what are you unwilling to compromise? And if anyone, family, friends, work, it doesn't matter, gets in the way and at some point puts you against where you're not willing to compromise, then that's a red flag, okay? So basically, this is bulletproof boundaries. This is all about red flags and just showing you what to look for. You have no sense of self without bulletproof boundaries. So first of all, you need to know, what do you want? Make a list. What do you want in life? This is your life. Don't let anyone else hold the pen when writing the story to your life, okay? What do you want in your life, right? What do you not want in your life? And what do you refuse to tolerate? And once you have these 3 things, that's going to help you understand when to cut somebody off, because there's no more like, oh, I'm going to give them another chance. That gets no one anywhere. So if you're in this, if you're ready to start the new year or even just start today, period, or you've already started, I'm going to be going down a list, like I said, of just red flags, not even red flags on fire of when you meet someone, or just that someone isn't for you, and that you need to cut them off, okay? We get in life what we are willing to tolerate. So what you've tolerated thus far is what you allowed. So what are you willing to not tolerate anymore? You need to get stuck out of grief, losses, just, you need to properly just grieve losses of people, animals, relationships. You need to grieve, get it all out your system, okay? Before 2023, just get it all out your system, release. Right now is a full moon. This is the perfect time. On the 7th and the 8th is the full moon. It's the perfect time for you to release. But up until 2023, I would really suggest that you go through and get release these things and start the new fresh. So forget about people around you. Now is the time to heal yourself, okay? So I want you to say and put in the comments below, I am going to heal myself. You can't heal other people. I am going to heal myself. Put in the comments below. When you heal yourself, people around you heal. I want you to put all your attention on you. The focus is on you, no one else. Obviously, if you have children, you have to focus on your children. But you need to put your main focus on you. Take the attention off of what you don't want and put your energy on you. Distance plus boundaries from people pleasing. Nobody benefits when you people please. Not the person you're people pleasing and not you. Because they didn't learn a lesson because you stepped in and stopped them from learning a valuable lesson. And then you also end up getting screwed over, okay? Complaining is creating. If you're going to sit and complain all day long about this, that, and the third, you're actually creating it and co-creating it into your actual environment. So really work on complaining. Avoid it. Focus on gratitude. What are you grateful for? New actions. New actions equal new reactions. Okay? Equal new realities. Reacting is also creating. Where you put your attention is what you're creating. So if somebody is a narcissist and an energy vampire and they're doing things to like poke the bear and you react, you're allowing that to co-create. You're co-creating with them. So work on poise and not reacting. You are the You are the master manifester. Write in the comments below. I am a master manifester. But it's also a double-edged sword. So if you're in your thoughts complaining, worried, overthinking, thinking about what Bobby or Joey did or, whoever, you're actually creating that. So think about the things you want to create and all the wonderful things. Leave everything in the past behind, okay? Skill of poise. When everyone else is falling apart, practice that. Poise. Google the definition. Be the person who stays calm when everyone else is falling apart and chaos is breaking out. Be the one that sits there calm, okay? Poise is unification of peace plus power. Right now it's survival of the fittest collective. It's actually survival of the most adaptable, okay? So can you adapt to all the ups and downs of the day and that will never stop happening in life? Can you adapt to that? Because that's what you need to focus on. As a people pleaser, as the people pleaser in you dies, because you're going to kill it. You're going to kill that people pleaser. The goddess or the God in you will arise, okay? Now is the time to focus on your healing of your traumas. Make that the number one priority, or you won't get all those Lion Gates upgrades. Healing. Let go of lower vibration of trauma. As we heal, everyone heals around us. Who cares what they did? Just heal. Focus on self. Distance from them. Boundaries equal healing. Break the frequency match of focusing attention on what you do not want. Get rid of worrying. Worrying is just a habit. If you can quit smoking cigarettes and quit eating donuts and whatever else you've accomplished, drugs, whatever in your life, you can quit worrying. Worrying is using your imagination to create what you do not want. Peace plus power equals poise. Okay? Now, remember, attention, what you put your attention on, what you put your emotion, those two together is what you're creating. Attention plus emotion equals creation. So if you put your attention on something and then you add emotion, you have just created it. So work on that, okay? So right now it's good against bad right now. There's a spiritual warfare. You're either living in your ego, not willing to change, not willing to heal yourself, not willing to put boundaries up. You're either on the light or the dark. That's up to you to decide. Or also pay attention around you. You can tell who's picking egotistical, materialistic. They're not in their spirituality at all. They're not making proper decisions, okay? Who's going to win on this in the spiritual warfare? And who are you going to feed? Are you going to feed the white, bright light, or the dark? Because we all have dark and light. Everyone. No one has all good, all bad. It's impossible. Just like bacteria, there needs to be a normal flora, an even balance. We all have good and bad. Everyone needs it. But which are you going to feed? Okay? Do not seek approval outside of yourself. You only need yourself for approval. My hair is growing back. Anyway, okay. So here are some of these, here's some good advice. Get rid of highly trusting nature. No more trusting people. Oh, I trust them. No, fuck that. You don't trust anyone, okay? Right now, I don't know if you've paid attention, especially since the pandemic. People have changed. People that you've known your whole life, friends and family, even strangers in public places, courts, doctor's offices, they're all acting like they don't give a shit anymore because they don't. Like, people actually are, it's a spiritual warfare. So get rid of highly trusting nature, collective. I want to put in the comments, I'm getting rid of my highly trusting nature. Trust is no longer given out. You don't just give it out. It's not free. Trust is something that is earned over a long period of time. Watch someone under stress. Pay attention. If you meet someone new, watch them for a full year. See how they react under stress. Okay? What if the same person shows up every day for a year? Watch for someone who is emotionally regulated. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone has their dark night of the soul. Not everyone, but some people do. Where I've had issues in the past where I wasn't my highest self. But I took the time to heal. I took the time to say, you know what? I'm putting boundaries up. I learned from my mistakes, which I'm not going to get into them right now. But I've learned. And this is what's helping me, and I hope that it helps you, okay? And know that if it's someone you love and you have to leave them behind, hopefully they'll do their own work, but it's not up to you to make someone, you can't help someone heal, you can't make them heal. That's their own journey. You are in your journey, I am in my journey, and they are in their journey. So you have to let go. So, but pay attention to people. Watch them for a full year. And see if they show up as the same person every day. If they're the same person every day for a year, whether there's a crisis, happy, whatever, that's a good sign, okay? For instance, like, you ever hear about the horror stories of people, who get this wonderful vacation planned, and then someone ruins the vacation, arguing or fighting on a vacation, by saying something or whatever. That's a red flag, so, or holidays, somebody that ruins holidays on purpose, done. So don't give empathy to anyone who can't give it back to you. I can't say this word for shit. Reciprocate. Help me, how do we do it? Reciprocate. It's sad I don't know how to say that because I'm just learning that I went through life without a lot of reciprocity. Did I say that right? If I didn't, you know what I mean. Okay. Sociopaths don't care when they hurt people. Newsflash. They don't care. Human predators are targeting overly empathetic people. So if you're overly empathetic and you love to help and you're always a listening ear, there's people out there targeting you. They're like, oh, this is my next victim. Energy vampires, narcissists, whatever you want to call them. They're looking for people like you. So if you think it's so cool that you're empathetic and that you love to help people, you need to be careful, okay? Because that's why people keep taking advantage of you. Stop overlooking red flags. Stop not only, oh, it's a red flag, it's another red flag. Oh, the red flag's on fucking fire. Stop. Don't be a fool. Because you have to, at the end of the day, when all of this shit comes back to circle, you have to take responsibility for overlooking those red flags. And then you have to clean up your own mess. So stop letting other people and their bullshit in your life. You gotta have bulletproof boundaries. Like, I'm talking Secret Service. No, you cannot come in. No, absolutely not. No. Okay, allow people to earn your trust within over a long period of time. Pay attention to them. Self-love deficiency is ignoring red flags over red flags. I have been practicing self-love for at least a year now, and my life has changed drastically. I love it. We'll do another video on that later. But if you're not practicing self-love, that's a deficiency, just like a vitamin. And that's why you're ignoring red flags over red flags. For 1 year, I want you to make every decision that you make. I want you to, before you make a decision, I don't care if it's what you eat. I don't care if it's, should I go to the store? Should I exercise today? Should I date this person? Should I make this very hard decision? Whatever this is, every decision you make for the next year, is this something that someone who loved themselves would do? And then think about it, process it, and make that decision. Any decisions, okay? If it's not self-love, don't engage with it. So, now I'm going to get to the 50 toxic red flags to never ignore in family, friends, and people all together. I don't care if they're employees, relatives, exes, husbands, wives, children. I don't care. Just humans. Okay? I'm going to do that right now. All right. So here we are. 50 toxic red flags to never ignore in any human being. Whether you're related to them, you're dating them, you married them, they're your parents, they're your children, they're your best friends, they're strangers, they're employees. I don't care who they are. Once you see these toxic red flags, you need to run. You need to cut them off, because this is a sign that they're going to take advantage of you one day and they're not to be trusted. Okay. So number 1, love bombing. Intense. It doesn't mean it's authentic. It's the first stage of an abuse cycle. If you meet someone and they're instantly just like wanting to give you all these gifts or all of this attention and just like completely pouring so much attention, affection, or just too much into the friendship or the relationship, or you met someone at work and all of a sudden they're like, oh, here's lunch, and you get what I'm saying, just too much. They're trying to get you under their wing so that they can abuse you. They want to get you addicted. It's like a pimp getting a prostitute addicted to some kind of drug so that they need to come back. It is what it is. Number 2, if it seems too good to be true, if you meet someone, or if someone in your family just seems too good to be true, trust me, it is. Something's not right. Run. Number 3, over communication too early. If you meet someone new and they're just calling you 1,000 times a day, texting you all day long, all on your Facebook, that's a red flag. It's because they're using it. It's a way to control and observe you. Okay? You might be flattered. Oh, they're thinking about me all the time. No, they're controlling you and they're observing you. That's a red flag. Not cute. Number Number 4, rushing to intimacy. If you are dating and if you're looking today and you meet someone and they want to rush into bed immediately without getting to know you, like, I get it. Sometimes there's people out there that have connections, and if 2 parties or whatever. But this is for red flags. If you meet someone and you're like, I kind of just want to take my time, and can we go on a date? Can we get to know each other? Use discernment with this people. But if someone's rushing to intimacy with you, that's the number one way an abuser bonds with you, to get them to get you in bed as soon as possible. Because now they have the ability to hurt you. You've just given your body and your energy to someone by allowing them to rush you into the bed, and now they have the ability to hurt you. I know some people are like, no, they don't, whatever. Okay, like I said, these are red flags. Next, be careful who you have sex with, because now they have the ability to hurt you or betray you. That goes back to the last one. Be careful who you allow in your energy field. You're giving them your power. Don't just give your body like that, okay? Next, be careful who you bond to. When you bond with someone, when you want to cut that bond, that's hard. That's why you have people cutting bonds, soul ties, and, just be careful who you bond to, okay? If you meet someone who wants to know everything about you immediately, like, so how'd you grow up? Tell me about your childhood. Where do you work? Tell me about your children. They just are the biggest listening ear, and you're like, wow, this person cares so much. Wrong. They're collecting data on you. They're storing data on your life because you're fucking blabbing. Oh, well, this happened when I was 5, and then my ex-husband did this, and then I'm not making fun of you. I'm just giving an example of how this can happen. I've done it, trust me. And then this happened, and my favorite color is this, and I'm just saying, someone just all wants to hear everything about you. They're collecting data on you, so that one day they can take it and use it to hurt you, or start a smear campaign because they have this information. That's a red flag. Someone who wants to know way too much about you, no. Someone you meet, or even if it's someone you know already, who has endless sob stories, one after the other, just, this happened, that happened, this happened, and they never ever take responsibility. Like, this happened, but I see what mistake I made that made it went wrong, or, just someone that has endless sob stories sounds to me like, what could you possibly do? Like, this is not someone you want to be, entwined with right now. So next, anyone you feel that you need to protect or be responsible for right away, that's a red flag. Because first of all, remember, you are first. So for you to be meeting someone and then all of a sudden you feel like you need to overprotect them and be responsible for them, that's a red flag. It's just, something's not right about that. Now, if you meet someone and all they do is slander their exes and just slander the shit out of their exes, that's a red flag. My ex this, my ex that, my ex that. But they never ever, first of all, they're going to slander you one day. If they're slandering their exes, they're going to slander you one day. And it just shows that they never ever took responsibility for anything they've done, okay? Like, I've been in some of these situations where I didn't slander my exes, but I definitely communicated some situations about exes. But now looking back, I see, and I did the shadow work, and I healed myself on how that wasn't healthy, meeting someone new and giving them all of these things I've learned how to overcome as well, okay? So now I know, you don't go and meet someone and slander your ex. You just don't, okay? And if someone else does it, just know that they're still healing or they're just not for you, okay? If you're on a high vibrational path and you're trying to start 2023 off different, that's a red flag. Next, endless tries to make you jealous. That's very toxic. So if you're with someone and you're like out to eat and they're flirting with the waitress and you're like it didn't work, but you see that their attempts are to get you to be jealous, or you introduce them to your friends and they're like looking at her ass, or she's kind of flirting with him like, oh, he's got nice abs. The fact that they're being manipulative and that they get a rise out of trying to make you jealous. Or, I was at the store today and this guy completely wanted my number and he was checking out my ass, stuff like that. That's a toxic trait. Run, okay? That's not good. So these are the boundaries I'm talking about. We're cutting off. So if you have someone like that around you, done. All right? If they treat you good, if they treat you like a goddess or a god or a queen or a king, whatever, but they treat service or waiters like garbage, watch how they treat others. That's a big red flag. That's who they really are, and it's so obvious. They're going to treat you like that one day. So if you are with someone who treats you like the best thing that ever happened, and then you see them treat their mother, their friends, or people like waiters or in public wrong, run. That's a red flag. Okay, we're back on our boundaries. So if you meet someone who's constantly provoking your emotions or your reactions, so if someone's constantly trying to, like, say you're having a wonderful day and they're constantly trying to provoke you with, saying something that they feel might upset you and you just ignore it and they just keep trying, or they just keep trying to get a reaction out of you, that's a red flag, okay? That's someone who's toxic. They're a narcissist. They're an energy vampire. They just want to upset you. Cut them off. If someone has an excessive need for admiration, that equals false self. So if you're around someone who constantly needs you to tell them, I know there's like the love languages, and some people want to know like, hey, you did a really good job today, or I really appreciate that you bought me those flowers, or you know what, you're very handsome, or you know what, babe, you're beautiful. Like some people have that love language, but I'm talking about someone that just constantly needs to hear how wonderful and admiration for them, to the fact that when you're just having a normal day, that they have to go seek elsewhere, and they're like, yeah, well, I was out and this girl told me, oh, I'm such a good, I bet my woman's so lucky, I'm such a good man, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a sense of false self. They have some inner work that they need to work on. Not your problem. Run. Next, secretive backstory. Huge alarm. If you meet someone and they literally are just too secretive about their life to the point where you don't really know much about them, it's just way too secretive, that's a big red flag. That's a red flag on fire. They're hiding something. Run. Next, they compare you with others. So, oh, you know what? You cook breakfast so good. My ex or my this or my whatever, they didn't cook as good as you, or you do this better, or you do this better. Someone else didn't do this better, or they will switch up on you one day. One day they are gonna switch up on you. Okay? Someone who starts glorifying you and telling you how much you do things. Oh, you wear lingerie all the time. My ex didn't. You know, things like that. They're going to switch up on you. No. Okay, this one is a big one. Out of everything I've said, they're all important. But bulletproof boundaries for 2023. To get rid of narcissists and all these people in your life that no longer serve you so you can finally live your fucking life, okay? If someone's words do not align with their actions, cut them the fuck off, okay? I'm going to repeat that. If their words, you know, I'm going to do this, I'm going to say this, I'm going to go to school for this, I'm going to say me and you are going to go on a date to a spa, I'm going to call you, whatever. If their words, they say blah, 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 but they never actually follow with action. Cut them off. What are you doing? You're wasting your time with these people. They're playing you. Stop. You need to ignore people's words. Who cares what they say? Watch their actions. I don't care what they say. Watch their actions. Let them say what they want, but watch their actions, okay? If you feel like this, the next one, if you feel this instant soulmate connection, that's a red flag, okay? That's, you know, oh my God, we're instant soulmates. It just felt right away. XYZ. Honestly, you need to pay attention to that for multiple reasons. Just pay attention. Not everyone. I don't even think that there's this instant soulmate. Like I said, you should be watching people for over a year. Don't. Oh, we're soulmates. You know, no. Pay attention. If you meet someone or you have someone in your life that burns through relationships, peoples and friends, jobs, constantly burning bridges, that is a red flag. What makes you think that they're not going to burn through you one day? They cannot keep a friend. They're fighting with their mom one day. They're fighting with their friend one day. They're burning through relationships. If they're homeless and they're from couch to couch, red flag. Okay, someone who has fake and real jealousy or envy, red flag, get them fuck out. So if someone is like acting like they're jealous, like, oh, you know, that really made me jealous when you know, did this with that guy, or I'm really jealous of your new friend, or, you know, even if it's a female or male, you know, like if it's a platonic friendship and they're like, you know, I thought we could go to the mall to, you know, whatever, you get what I'm saying. Or if they're really jealous, or if they're just faking like they're jealous, or if they show that they're envious of other people, if they admit to you, like, I'm jealous of her because of this, or I'm jealous of him because he has that house, or I'm envious. Like, the fact that they're saying that, no, that's a red flag. That they have too much dark energy. They need to work on themselves, self-love. What the fuck do you need people like that around you in your life? Next. Possessiveness. If someone's super possessive, that's a red flag, okay? Because some people think that that's like, oh, this person must really love me because they're super possessive. Wrong. They're just trying to, like, you're not, first of all, they don't own you, and it's a form that they're going to turn into abuse one day, okay? That's not cute. No. If someone portrays themselves as trustworthy, dependable, and faithful, that's a red flag. Because anyone who's trustworthy, dependable, and faithful doesn't need to tell you that over and over and over. Remember, actions and words. Fuck the words, actions. Now, if they show you that they're trustworthy, dependable, and faithful, that's another thing. But if all they do is talk about how trustworthy, dependable, and faithful, especially when you first meet them. Next. They have no real friends. okay? No real friends, but they have a huge harem. So whether this is a male or a female, like they have no friends, but they have tons of lovers. Tons of lovers. So they can't keep a friend for shit, but they can go fuck Tom, Dick, Harry, Sally, Janet, Susan, Shaniqua, any time of day. That's a red flag, okay? Because we're their friends, we're their family. Look out for that. Okay, here's a big one. They attempt to isolate you. They're grooming to get you dependent on them. They're trying to get you cut off from your friends, your family. They want you to be dependent on them one day, okay? So that they can cut you off and become abusive. Done. Okay? If they exploit, especially their own children, in any form or fashion, that is a red flag. So, like, I'm not saying, this one's hard, but I'm like, not stage moms and stuff. Like, there's nothing wrong with being a proud mom, but if you're exploiting your child, using your child for some type of gain, you need to look more into that. If someone is exploiting their children, look that up in your own way. That's a red flag. All right, we're still on bulletproof boundaries to cut off going into 2023. If someone lacks empathy, if you meet someone and they have just darkness in their eyes, and then you just tell them something that was sad and they just literally have no response and they're just blank, that's a red flag. Someone who lacks empathy, that's a red flag. Entitlement. Someone who thinks that they're entitled to everything, whether it's yours, theirs, whoever's. It's a red flag. If you feel anxious around someone, if you're in someone's presence and you feel anxious and uneasy in your stomach, anxiety, and your confidence goes down, that's a red flag. That's your body telling you, hey, yo, this person is not good for you, okay? Okay, so if you're around someone who's chronically bored, they constantly need stimulation. Like, you guys are sitting there enjoying, quality time or whatever, or I don't care where you're at, and they're just like chronically bored and they're always on their phone playing Candy Crush or because you're not paying attention to them. That's a red flag. Like that just shows they need too much attention. They don't know how to self-entertain themselves. Ain't nobody got time for that, okay? If they're overly concerned with your well-being, if they're like, did you eat today? Did you sleep today? Did you put gas in your car? Like, if they're just completely overly concerned, like, there's nothing wrong with someone caring. But I'm saying? Just a little bit over the top. That is definitely a red flag. Like, that's a little weird, okay? And some of these things you might have overlooked, but I'm telling you, 2023, if you're trying to get rid of the narcissist in your life, follow these things, get rid of these motherfuckers, work on yourself, and move on, okay? Silent treatment. If you know someone in your family, your friends, a lover, an ex, I don't care, and they punish you with the silent treatment, that is a red flag. Get them out of your life. Get away. That's abusive. It's a form of abuse. Not speaking to you over something, whatever it is, the fact that they're just, no. Silent treatment, red flag, on fire 1,000 times. Get rid of them. If someone is too demanding of your time, of everything, and I want this now, and I mean, like, you just met them, or even if it's a friend and they're just constantly too different, a parent, it doesn't matter, just too demanding. Like you have a life too. This is your life, and they're just way too demanding. That's a red flag. Financial abuse, a fucking parasite. If you have someone that's constantly using you for money, you're helping them out, you might let them stay on your couch, or say you're helping a friend out, and but it turns into financial abuse, and now they're like a bed bug sucking you dry, or a fucking lice, or whatever, a parasite. That's a red flag. They're just using you. You thought you were helping them, but actually you're not. You're not helping them, because they're just mooching off of you until they find their next victim. Helping them is you releasing them so that they can get the proper tools they need to move forward. Now, helping someone out in a friend way is different. Now, we all know what that means, hopefully, like here, you'll know when it's appropriate. But if someone's just constantly sucking you and financially abusing you, cut them off. Emotional abuse. If someone is abusing you emotionally, they are saying things and doing things that are affecting you emotionally, whether it's using children, family, words, they withhold love, affection. That's abuse. Done. Next. So if someone is flirtatious on purpose, trying to provoke you, I mentioned this earlier, that is a red flag. That's, what are their intentions? Like, why do you want to be with someone who is trying to get you jealous on purpose? That's not cute. No. Next. They're never on your side and will defend your enemies. Family. Friends. Parents. Co-workers. I don't care who these people are. Lovers, exes, husbands, boyfriends, girl. I don't care. You're like, hey, I just wanted to talk about what happened. And then they're immediately like, well, you're like this, so it's your fault, and blah, blah, blah. They're always defending your enemies. Cut them the fuck off. I'm telling you. I've done that with some family recently. I can tell who's an energy vampire. There's people who go out there looking like bloodthirsty for people going through crises. They act like they care, and they don't. And I see you, and I know who you are, and fuck you. Loyalty is the most expensive thing in the world. Fuck a car, a house, a Lamborghini, a jet. Loyalty. It's the most expensive thing in the world. Never give it out for free. Stop giving your loyalty out for free. Okay? That's really important. Just the way you wouldn't just hand money to everyone, don't give your loyalty to everyone. Toxic loyalty. So you're loyal to someone who keeps all these red flags that I've named so far, and you continuously are loyal to these people, will get you hurt or killed. Family and friends. All those shows where you see snapped, or people around them killed them. Like, remember Selena? I mean, I could keep going on and on and on. But it's the toxic loyalty. There were red flags. You ignored them. You allow these people to keep coming around you. You can get killed off of toxic loyalty. Betrayal is the end game. Once someone betrays you, game over. They betrayed you. You let them know, like, hey, I'm done. This is my boundary. You've crossed it. I'm telling you now, I don't play here. And if they do it again, cut them the fuck off. Get them out. If someone is jealous of their own children, that is a huge red flag. If someone is jealous of their own children, that's a red flag. Walk away. If someone is super generous with strings attached, like, oh, well, I'll give you this, and this, but will you go with me and do this, and this, and this, and this? That's a red flag. They're trying to get you, attached. They're two-faced. but hypocritical. So they act one way outside around people in public, but they're hypocritical and there's someone else indoors. As soon as you guys get in the house or away from people, that mask falls out. You can like, whoa, who the fuck are you around your family and your friends and your employees and at that wedding or that party we were just at, or you were this whole person giving advice. But then as soon as we are away from them, this fucking whole face falls off. Like, dude, run. No. If they treat their spouse and their children like their possessions, like this is mine, and they're, if they treat it like it's a physical possession, not considering that their spouse and their children have souls and their own free will, that's a huge red flag. Run. Nobody is anyone's possession, not even your children. They're your children, but you do not own them. They have their own feelings and needs and wants and their journey in life. So for you to treat them as a possession, like a car or something, or no. All right. So bulletproof boundaries to get narcissistic assholes out of your life for 2023 continued. If you're around people who constantly leave you on a cliffhanger, they always want to keep you on your toes, that's a red flag. So if you're around someone and they're like, I'm trying to find an example, but they tell you a story or they're like, hey, I'm having a fight with my mom or and then you don't hear from them for a couple of days or just I don't even know how to make this shit up. They're just constantly making some dramatic story to where you don't know what actually happened, or that's just a red flag. Next, acts like your thoughts or your feelings don't matter. If you're around someone who your feelings and your thoughts do not matter, get them out of your life, period. Your thoughts and your feelings do matter because this is your life. Their thoughts and their feelings matter, but so do yours. Okay? If you meet someone and they have these sexual fetishes that push you out of your comfort zone to where you do not feel comfortable and they don't care and they keep pushing you, like, I don't even know what to say, but I mean, I haven't really seen 50 Shades of Grey or anything like that. But I'm just saying, if there's someone who has like a kink or fetish, something that, I'm not saying kinks or fetishes are weird. I'm just saying if there's like, okay, there's people who have toe fetishes, right? And they meet someone else who is open to that. That's two people who are like, hey, I don't mind if you rub my feet and take pictures and rub them and whatever. I'm not going to get into it. You get what I'm saying? But if that makes someone feel uncomfortable and they keep pushing you to do weird things with your toes, with their, that just, the point is, if someone has a sexual fetish and it makes you feel uncomfortable, that's a red flag, and they keep pushing it on you, run. Threats and intimidations. If someone's constantly threatening you and intimidating you, run, red flag. If they're offended by any attempt of your individuality, if you're like, you know what, I want to go to school, I'm going to do this, or, I'm thinking about writing a book, or lately I've been journaling, or I'm going to start taking walks. I actually just started this book club at the coffee shop. I'm going to go once a week. I'm going to the gym now. And they're like threatened and it starts a whole chaotic thing. Red flag. Run. If they ruin weekends, holidays, and vacations constantly, like, I get it, everyone has like a situation, a misunderstanding, something was said, and then you make up. But if every fucking birthday, every holiday, every vacation is ruined, most likely someone doing it on purpose. And who wants to live or be around someone that ruins? You work hard, or you look forward to these things, and someone just constantly ruins it on purpose. Red flag. They're energy vampires. Get them out of your life. Let them go ruin their own fucking shitty day. And you enjoy your holiday. Happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day. Okay? Someone that suggests you need help or that you have issues. They tell everyone that you're crazy. So someone who's constantly telling you that you need help and you have issues, and they tell everyone you're crazy, that's a red flag. Because it's like they're trying to paint a picture about you, but they're not even going within themselves. It's like they're trying to like build something against you. They're not looking at their own issues or seeing, are they crazy? Like, that's a red flag. It's a smear campaign. Okay. Next, if they undermine and sabotage you constantly. If you tell someone your wishes and they undermine them, like, this is what I wish for my father, this is what I wish for my children, and they undermine them on purpose. And then you have something that you have set in place that's supposed to help you with your father or your children, and they sabotage it. Fuck you, let them go. And that fuck you is for you know who. Excuse my language. Starts fights at the worst times as a form of punishment. Get them out. So you're having a wonderful time and they start a fight at the worst time as a form of punishment. Red flag, goodbye. Next, demands blind trust despite constant untrustworthy behavior. So they want you, trust me. I want you to trust me. They want you to trust them blindly. But they continuously do shit that to show you that you can't trust them. But they demand that you should trust them. No, red flag. Get them out. Next. Stop dealing with these people. If you keep these people in your life, your years are going to keep being shitty. Get rid of these people so you can get good people. You'll meet good people once you get rid of these shitty people. 2023, done. Okay? Cheat. If you have someone that cheated on every single person they've ever been with, and they even admit that, red flag. They're not going to be faithful to you, honey, darling, Pookie, whatever you are. Don't be silly, okay? If someone denies everything, even when you have physical proof, and they're denying it, red flag, get them out. Narcissist, done. Gaslighting, like, someone who you're like, well, you just hurt my feelings, and they're like, well, you hurt my feelings. You're like, well, you just stole $20 from me. Well, and you didn't even steal, they stole $20 from you, but then now they're sorry, but a week later, they just make up some story where they think that you have been stealing from them. Or everything you say and voice that they're doing, they literally turn it around on you. And it's not just you. They do it to authorities. They do it to everyone. They just gaslight. It's like they're projecting. If there's gaps in memories and a person's keeps switching, like someone lies so much, or they have so many lies, they start believing their own lies that they literally can't even remember their lies. Like, there's gaps in the memories. That's a red flag. Projection of what they accuse you of, they are doing. So if someone's cheating, you know they're cheating, but they keep accusing you of cheating, they're projecting. If someone's lying, you know they're lying, they know that they're lying, but they keep accusing you of lying, they're lying. If someone's abusive, you know they're abusive, they know it, it's been documented, but they keep telling you, no, it's you. That's a red flag. Frauds. Fake about something that doesn't make sense. If somebody gives you some bullshit story, you meet someone and they just are really fake and they have this really over-the-top story and it just doesn't make sense, it's a red flag. Run. Fake empaths. If you don't know what an empath is, go on TikTok or something and look up what an empath is. I'm an empath. I'm not going to go into explaining that into this video, but people who are always, I'm an empath, and they're just actually narcissists. Look up what an empath is, because that's too much to get into right now. So people who are acting like they're empaths, but they're not, red flag. Invalidation. What you see, you didn't see. So if you saw them literally punch someone and steal a car, but they're like, you didn't see that. If you saw them steal some money from someone and they're like, you didn't see that, they're always invalidating what you did or did not see, okay? They tell you what you feel or you don't feel. They will tell you what you saw, how you felt, and what happened. Even if you were there. That is a red flag, okay? 2023, how to get rid of narcissists, bulletproof boundaries. They hate other women. If you are a female and you're around a male and they hate other women, that is a red flag, okay? Same for men. If you are a man, actually, if it's a female and she hates other women, that's a red flag for the men. If it's a man and he hates other men, that, you know, they got some issues. Listen, no more red flags, okay, guys? It's time to take, these red flags are taking you off course. You have a journey in this lifetime. You have goals, you have dreams, there's things you want to do with your life. The more you fuck off with these fuck people and their dumb shit, it's taking you off course. You're on a path to where you want to go, and you're letting these people detour you and fuck you up, and now you got to get back on the train and da-da-da-da-da. No more red flags. 2023, let these people go. I don't care if they're friends, families, lovers, husbands, children, whatever. I get it, like sometimes with family, when I mean let them go, some of you, I mean literally, like let them go. If it's that toxic, just let them go. Go about your life. But some of them, remember, distance and boundaries. Keep your boundaries up. You want us to see them at a family, you know, hi, hello, yeah, I'm fine. Boundaries. Don't give them too much information because they, you know, they haven't changed. See them when you need to see them, etc. But boundaries. Distance yourself from them. If they have these traits, distance yourself. Why let people around you like? What's the point? You're supposed to be focusing on healing yourself, not letting people, these fucked up toxic traits in your life. Okay? Any challenges you have are here to guide you. Look at challenges. Don't think about things that you went through. Think about things that you grew through, okay? The universe is telling you that there's a better detour. So when there's a challenge with a person, place, or thing, pay attention to your spirit guides. There's a way for you to understand that the universe is just telling you there's a detour. Protect your energies. Don't allow past memories to affect or trigger you. So here's some signs of a psychopath. They withhold attention and devalue your self-esteem. Someone who withholds attention on purpose. You know, you're supposed to be having a quality time together, and they're like purposely not looking at you or acting like you're not exist. They hate that your self-esteem is so high. No. Next, someone who just plasters your social media with compliments. Like, you just met them and they're like, hey babe, hi, and there's just there's like 10 fucking posts. You just met this person and they're all over your social media. They're control freaks. That's weird. Tells you how to change your life before you even meet them. No. false past life stories. Whores. Man whores, women whores. If you know someone who's just constantly sleeping and giving their sexual energy to everyone, that's not, they don't have a soul, or they need to work on their soul. Endless lies and excuses. If you have someone with endless lies and excuses, cut them off. If they have no startle or response when you speak to them and you tell them something that most people are like, or ooh, or damn, you know, and they're just like sociopath, psychopath. They have no fear. That's weird. They insult you in a joking, condescending kind of way. Like, you know, like, you worked really hard last month on that vegan healthy diet, so it's kind of sad you didn't lose all the weight you wanted to, but you did a good job. You know, that's a fucking insult. Surrounds themselves with former lovers. If they're constantly have former lovers around them, just stop. You feel the need to play detective. If you are having to play detective and like, something's not right about this person, let me investigate. Obviously something's not right because your intuition's telling you that. Just stop, people. No more. Bulletproof boundaries. Get rid of these people. Move forward. Work on yourself. Never gets rid of their exes. They love slaves, mindless slaves. They have a whole harem of exes. Like, they're constantly, they just have exes everywhere. They never let go of them. That's a red flag. Fake emotions. If someone has fake emotions and you can just tell they're fake crying or they're fake happy, like, that's a red flag. You're the only one who sees their true colors. They have a double life. So if you're around someone and like they act away in front of everyone, but in front of you they act somewhere else, that's no. They have energy for days. They don't sleep. You know, that's weird. And I'm not talking about just drugs, but I'm saying period. Like, they're just constantly going and going. They never sleep. That's a little weird. Accuses you of emotions they are trying to manipulate or project on you. Jealousy. Like they're actually jealous, but they're like, no, you're jealous, and they're telling you you're jealous or you're envious, or they're telling you things that is actually how they feel. Red flag. You are having to explain basic rules of respect to a grown-ass person. If you have to tell someone, like, it's disrespectful for you to call me a bitch. It's disrespectful for you to say this to my daughter. It's disrespectful. You know, if you have to explain to a grown-ass person rules, end it. Get away from them. Focus on your mistakes. They focus on your mistakes, but they ignore their own. No. Bye. Bye, Felipe. Bye, Felicia. They suddenly are bored with you, but they were obsessed days before. So they were obsessed with you on your Facebook, calling you, and now they're bored. That's a red flag. Everyone is crazy for them from their past. Okay? They refuse to be held accountable. They've done wrong and they just refuse to be held accountable. So, for 2023, just listen. You gotta let go of these people-pleasing abilities. You gotta not give a fuck. Zero fucks given. Family, friends, I don't care who it is. Put yourself first. Stop letting these red flags ruin your life and get you off of your track, okay? I really hope this helped you. Put in the comments below if this helped you. Just say, I have bulletproof boundaries. I will not allow these people to take me off my course and my divine journey in life. I hope this helped you, Lavender Lightworker. Hit like and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, email me at lavenderlightworker@aol.com. All right. Thank you.